Presidents Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin face-to-face in Alaska, their first in-person meeting in 6 years. The summit lasted nearly 3 hours and ended without a Ukraine ceasefire deal. Trump called it productive, but what stole the show wasn't just the diplomacy, it was the body language. On the red carpet in Anchorage, Trump stood waiting, smiling, shoulders back, posture tall. He looked ready. As Putin approached, Trump even clapped lightly, a little show of respect. The handshake, though, told its own story. Trump started with his palm up, a move that seemed submissive, but then he pulled his signature move, drawing Putin in close, turning it into a power game. Next came the double handshake, Trump's left hand landing on Putin's arm, a friendly pat on the surface, but also a classic dominant signal. As they walked together, the contrast was striking. Putin, arms swinging loosely and relaxed, Trump tighter, even grabbing Putin's elbow and leaning in to whisper a mix of control and intimacy. Then came the photo op. Smiles for the cameras, but with subtext. Putin flexed and unflexed his hands like a boxer warming up or a leader ready for confrontation. Trump, meanwhile, kept the act up, friendly, familiar, almost like old friends reuniting. And then came Putin's strange expressions. When it came to the journalists who were seated across from Putin and Trump during the meeting, they asked him, "Will you stop killing civilians?" The Russian president pulled a strange expression and pointed to his ears, signaling that he did not hear the question. But the mood shifted drastically after hours behind closed doors. Trump, who began the day confident, walked out looking wary, his energy lowered, his expressiveness reduced. The president, who usually speaks with grand gestures, now stood restrained and deflated. Putin, on the other hand, stayed composed, unmoved, and unemotional, presenting his position as unchanged. He repeated his long-standing claims of NATO's role in the conflict and his demand for a demilitarized neutral Ukraine, and even invited Trump to Moscow for the next round of talks.
Again, Mr. President, I'd like to thank you very much, and we'll speak to you very soon and probably see you again very soon. Thank you very much, Vladimir.
Next time in Moscow.
The two men avoided taking questions from journalists. They walked away without risking a public confrontation. This was political theater, staged warm in the shadow of a very cold war.
A lot of times these sprays, even though they're meant to only be a few seconds at the top of the meeting, they last quite a while. But for this meeting, it was actually a spray. Press was ushered out of the meeting fairly quickly, and neither president spoke to the press. During the press conference, we were expecting questions, but it was immediately obvious that the outcome wasn't what was expected. There were no questions, and the press conference ended relatively quickly, and we were soon back on Air Force One.